Hello. There we go. Sorry. Sorry. Oh yeah, we're live. Hello everyone. Hope you're having a great 2026. It's my first time back since the new year. Let me turn down my music. It's like blaring in my ears. All right, there's so much going on. So much going on. I hope you guys are having a good one. One thing I want to do is I want to start, putting my faith out there first and foremost. So God is good. I love you. Jesus loved you. Remember that. I'll say that again at the end of the stream. That's one thing I want to start taking more seriously this year, is putting my faith out there. All right, what do we got on the agenda today? There's quite a bit. Honestly, there's so much going on. That's why I'm a little like, kind of jumping around. But we got a Kickstarter coming up in February. Got playtesting coming up this week. If you're interested in playtesting, definitely hop on my website, slopesidegames.com. Sorry, I was like, do I want to say www? But I don't think anybody says www anymore. It's showing my age right now. So, oops, my volume seems a little high. Let me turn that down. Yeah, so slopesidegames.com. You can sign up, register to become a playtester there. I would really appreciate that. I think it's more benefit to me than you all. So I acknowledge that. I appreciate that. Please play it. Please try it. Please give me feedback, because I'm gonna need it. There's a lot going on. So playtesting starts Friday, and then I hope to have a trailer out probably in, I'm looking at my calendar right here, probably in about 2 weeks. So you should have a trailer and then a demo shortly after that. Probably that Friday, like the 30th. That's when my target. I'm going to target a demo out, publish on Steam, January 30th. I'm committing to that right here, right now. So what is that? That's a trailer, that's a demo, that's playtesting, and then I think I mentioned it earlier, Kickstarter. Kickstarter is currently slated for February 14th. I'm hoping that that'll work out well for me. We should have Olympics in full swing. This is a snowboarding game. If you're just joining, building a snowboarding game. So you got snowboarding in the Olympics. You've got Kickstarter that same month, and then you also have Next Fest, which I'm currently slated for Next Fest in February as well. Now that comes at the end of the month. I want to say Next Fest starts February 23rd, which is a Monday, and goes on through that week. So if you're interested in the game at all, please go wishlist it, if I can speak. I should put all my information, and I will. I'll go back and I'll put all the links in the description. It's not there now, but should definitely do that. It's easy to find. Go to Steam, search Slopeside Kings, should find it. All right, that's enough of the rambling, enough of the scheduling. I have two giant monitors, so when I look at it, it's not like I'm staring up in space. I hate the way it looks in the camera though. It's like, I'm looking up at my to-do list. I'm pulling it down, so hopefully you guys aren't staring at me staring into the sky. All right, let's get into this. What do I have? I have a laundry list of things. Improving the controller friendliness of the options and pause menus. Okay, that one's gonna be a fun one to tackle. And what I might do, let me see if I might pull in my browser so you guys can just see what I'm looking at, because I think I've got it mostly ironed out. It's just when you hit a drop down using a mouse and keyboard, it's easy. You can just scroll down. You know what? Stop explaining and I'll just show you. That'll be easy. So I'm using an Xbox controller, but it works with PlayStation. My marketing manager has tested that thoroughly, so it works with PlayStation controller as well. My hope is to test with Steam Deck later today, and hopefully that will all work. Okay, just checking, is that sound coming through? It looks like it is. Might pull it back just a little bit so that's not clicking super loud in your ear. Maybe. There we go. I think my controller, my gamepad was conflicting with my mouse. It wasn't scrolling back. Oh, you know what? Let me on the options. Like half the music in the game is royalty free and then half is not. So I'll have to mute the volume. And looks like my mouse maybe giving me some problems. It'll be okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So when you go to graphics quality, like this works great. I love that. That's exactly what I want. I'm using the controller. That's good. Not when you fat finger the button, but oh my gosh. That's truly not when you do that. Okay. See if I can do this without fat fingering the button. But there is a screen resolution piece here that whenever I go to select that, it's like overkill. Right here. So you click that. And as you can see, nothing's happening in this area. And that's the problem. With the mouse, obviously, yeah, it works great. But with the controller, not so much. So let me set this back. My mouse would stop wigging out. Yeah, sometimes it does this. Sometimes when the controller is on, it messes with frequency of the mouse. I guess that's what it is. I can just tell you it messes with it. All right, so let me do a little bit of research and see how we may resolve that. Hey, come on, I unplugged the controller. Should be working now. I think unplugging the controller killed my mouse completely. There we go. Okay, put this down here. I'll share my browser here in just a bit. You know what? Let's do this. Boom. Should have set this up ahead of time. Browser 2. Okay. Oh, it doesn't like that. That's definitely not what I want. Unless I have to go to properties. No. That's... What are you doing? Yes, I want to remove browser 2 because you're not giving me what I want anyway. Maybe I should just do video capture from a screen, a window capture. Yeah. I'm just gonna create a new, let's say, Getty browser. No, 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 no. Oh no. Maybe this one. Yes, that is what we want. Okay. Let me size this a little bit differently. Maybe. Doesn't want to give me the corner. There we go. Gonna make me curse. All right, there we go. That will work. Put this right there. Well, maybe not that far. Where'd you go? Right here? Yeah. All right, let me add that over here. My other scene as well. And source, window capture. Should be able to say existing. Yes, yes. There we go. Perfect. And over on here on this side, I don't care if it covers my face. It's fine. But maybe it should go right there. All right, enough of that. Let's. Hey, look, I'm live. Let's see. Highlight active slider. That's sort of what I want, but I want Unity slider with controller. Stop using rigid body. That seems totally not the right thing. Gamepad cursor with input system. Samyam. Samyam's really good. My concern is nothing about Samyam. My concern is that she's gonna. That's all about the input system and not necessarily how to set up scrolling with a mouse. I could go check it. I mean, I guess I shouldn't assume. Blah blah blah. Commercial. Yes, let's go. Okay. Gamepad cursor script. Oh, yeah. See, that's a bit much. I don't want a virtual mouse. I don't know if you guys hear that.
In our event system to see if we're over a UI or if we're pressing down over a UI element. So I'm just going to delete these functions and also remove this system collections namespaces.
Let me pause the music real quick.
Begin. So when we enable the script on enable, what we want to do is make a virtual mouse. So what we can do here is do private.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to create a virtual mouse.
So this is going to be our mouse. And we can say if
all I want is to be able to scroll through.
So we don't have one yet. Then let's create one.
A drop down. Maybe that's what I need to.
Equals, and then here we're gonna have to add in a class.
Yep. Yeah, Samyam is really good and really in depth, and in this case, too in depth. Depth. Yes. Unity slider. That's not even a slider. That may help. Drop down. Scroll. Scroll, not scroll. With controller. Drop down auto scroll with gamepad. Using old Unity input system. Optionally using rewired art in control. Oh, okay. So this may be really good. It's only 4 minutes long, and it may be exactly what I need. So I am using rewired. Apparently I can get a realistic AI girlfriend. To that I say no thank you. Ooh, can you guys hear that?
Well, for some reason the standalone input module doesn't do this with gamepads for
It's
some reason.
So quiet to me.
I think they just were designing for touch and mouse alone. So if you're using just touch
Hold
and
on, I'm
mouse,
gonna start
and
over
drop
because
down
I
to
gotta
the
hear a thing.
gamepad. So right now you can see that I'm scrolling with the gamepad. Nothing happens with the scroll bar on the right. You can select with the gamepad still, but it doesn't update the view at all. Now, how do you fix that? Well, for some reason, the standalone input module doesn't do this with gamepads for some reason. I think they just were designing for touch and mouse alone. So if you're using just touch and mouse and you don't need to worry about gamepads, then feel free to just use that and, be happy. But if you need that to update, you can just enable a scroll rect auto scroll script that was online, and you can see that it scrolls with your gamepad now. So, how does that script work? Let's go look at it. So
Is this
basically,
something they wrote? Required component type of scroll rect.
it's gonna take a scroll rect, which is on your template underneath the drop down. So let's say this is my drop down. Let's enable it real quick.
I feel like this video assumes like previous videos because there's just way too much like implied here. I rewired modified script from GitHub. Okay, here we go. Is this the, yeah, original modified, missing get access calls at line 52, which makes auto scroll not work properly for joystick input either. Read more. All right. Man, this seems like a lot to do just to get. I mean, let me go see how long it is. Auto scroll drop down, use places, component template. Okay, using rewired. This is a lot just to select a resolution, though. That's the problem I have. It's like I just want to select the resolution. I don't need all this. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking through this code and analyzing it to see what it's doing. I don't see anything that, you know, would hurt anything, so that's good. Scroll to selected. Select element, selected index. So or scroll to selected. Okay, so selected index, selected. Where are you actually selecting though? Maybe he leaves that up to the input system. This is just like navigation. Comment to the next line out if you aren't using rewire. I am. Two. This seems like a fairly simplistic script. Let me just copy this. And let's take that out and take that out. All right, we may go back to that if we need to. Let me put my music back on. Maybe. Sorry, I just realized I turned up all the volume for that guy since it was so quiet. Blew out everybody's eardrums with enabling that. Man, that sucks. Yeah, I may have to delete this video after this like that. I do not want that. Man, I was on another stream this morning where the guy was muted, and then when he came back, he like yelling into the mic and just like, ah, holy crap. And then I did it, so that sucks. All right, enough of that. Let's see, where were we? Let's get into the code. Let's create a script. Let's see if this is actually gonna help us. What did he call that? Auto scroll? I'm just gonna call it auto scroll drop down. I think he called it something like that. We'll know here in just a second. Know what I should do here in a minute? I'm going to commit my previous changes. Forgot to do that before hopping onto the stream. Okay. Scroll rect auto scroll is what he called this. Okay. Rename that here in a second. Okay, let's run through this. Scroll speed, mouse over, selectables, scroll position, their ID. I think that should be 1. We'll leave it as is. Selectables. What is this? Selectables. Is this like something that, okay, it's a Unity UI class. Okay, I got worried there for a second. Man, I hope he's not building all this. Let's see. Rewired player, rewired client. Yep, that's all good. Children. Scroll via input. What input? What input are we doing? Input scroll. Auto scroll, input scroll. Move the replayer, gives access. Calls is you aren't using rewire. Oh, okay. Oh, we are. Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. Okay, we getting the access. Blah blah blah. Scroll to selected. False. Not sure what that does. Quick scroll. Da, da, da. Okay, so it selects where it stops. Okay, I think I've got all this. Yeah, I think I'm good with all that. Okay, let me see. Let me turn my music back up after my ears have recovered. This. Yeah, that's cool. Sometimes Unity doesn't like it when you do that, so we'll see if it accepts that. Okay, let's put this on the option. options menu and see what happens. Should be this one right here. Component scroll something or another. Scroll rec, auto scroll. Content. What are you talking? You talking about something like this? Scroll bar. I believe that's what it's talking about. Wait. Oh, it requires that? Maybe I'm not at the right place. Let's undo a lot of this. Okay, where's the scroll rect? Here's the scroll rect. All right, let's add it to this one. Boom, boom. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Save that and go back. Make sure my sound still works. Let's go to options. That's kind of nice. I guess that's what that did. It selects it. That may be exactly what we needed. Okay, let me plug in the controller. See what that is. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is exactly what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, and if I want to use my mouse, still works. $20 by 1080, that's what I want. Awesome. That is awesome. Okay, let me make sure I give credit where credit is due. Let's see, who did this? This was by Regs? Is that how you pronounce that? Spy Regs. Good job, Spy Regs. I appreciate it. It was awesome. Yep, Spy Reg. Okay, appreciate it, sir. Okay, let me add this one other place. Yeah, let me add this one other place. And once I add that, that should set up my options in my pause menu. I should be done with that. Man, I'm still thinking about blowing everybody's ears out with it. I was duped. I was duped. I was bamboozled. All right, let's see. Let's go to prefabs. This is just a level I use to make prefabs. And I want to go to my pause menu. Got a resolution drop down, just like before. Let's see. Scroll right. This is what I want. I've got somebody calling me who I've never heard of before. Spam call. Scroll right, auto scroll. Boom, boom, boom. All good. Then I'm going to save that in my overrides, which just saves it to the prefab basically. And let's go test. A little bit. I'm gonna have to go get another drink. Okay. Back to the controller. And oddly enough, it's not conflicting with my mouse now, which is crazy. Okay, options. Look at that. So pretty. Everything's working just great. One thing I want to check. I think this options is too big real quick. All right, one thing I am doing is tidying up things as we get closer and closer to the demo and everything else. Yeah, I need to correct that. Okay, not a big deal. So just want to kind of clean up things as we go. Gotta sit up straight. Don't look so fat otherwise. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry. It's so pretty. Okay, I tested it with the what is this? Yeah, access, I guess. But what about? Oh, that's unfortunate. Doesn't work with the. Doesn't work with the cross. Which means I had to go modify it. Pretty sure everything else works with that. Let's see. Let me set this back. 1920, 1080. Right. Options menu or the pause menu does not. Let's quit. Go back. I was almost certain that my normal navigation worked. Ah, and it does. So, go back. Go to options. Okay, it does on here. What the heck? Does it kill it? I bet it does. I bet it kills it whenever I go into here. Okay, that works. No, it's all working. Okay, now you're just making me angry. Making me mad. Why? I'm not really. Okay, it'll be all right. Unfortunately, I can't pause here. You can't pause during the timer. There we go. What? Why? Why it doesn't work here? I have a gut feeling of why. I think it has something to do with how the game is being paused, and then it's like, okay, well, you're using the game map, if that makes sense, because there's like a UI map to the buttons and a game map to the buttons. And I think it's thinking, well, you're using the game map, so you should be stuck with it. Which makes me wonder, like, yeah, so you can't control the player with the cross. Which I guess, I don't know, I need to think about that. Like, should I allow that? I don't know. You know what? I think right now I'm gonna make a note of that. And I'm probably not gonna worry about it for this stream. I just don't know how important it is. I'm trying to think, what should I call that? There's analog and digital. Maybe that's the digital. Yeah. Put cross in parentheses. Digital cross. Doesn't, number one, it doesn't control gameplay. And it doesn't work in UI for Cosmo. But it does work for the options. Go figure. Okay. Got a note of that. I'm gonna consider improving the controller friendliness for those menus as completed. Put this down here on the complete this list. I should pull this down so it looks like I'm actually staring at the screen rather than up into space. Okay. Controller that is completed. Okay, let me commit this real quick because I'd hate to lose that. There's a few things I have to filter out every time. It's kind of annoying. Let me make sure. Yep, that should be it. So I got 6 things changed. I'm just walking through it, make sure I commit the right stuff. You got the pause menu, the main menu, the prefabs that go along with those, and then, ooh, man, I'm so glad I thought through this. I don't know why Unity does this, but it doesn't include things when you add them like we did for that script. I need to go in here to the script and tell it, hey, add this to version control. And real quick, I'd like to attribute this to him. So let me see. Where did that go? you guys aren't seeing it. 1 second. Just need to minimize that, maybe. Let me make sure this is set to. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I hear some cracking. Is that? There we go. Okay. Now that I got that set up. Let me change songs because the cracking was driving me crazy. I don't like that. Okay, where was I? We wanted to attribute Spyreg. Or Spyreg. Spire GG. I don't know. That was called scroll, right? There it is. Scroll ret auto scroll. With the next line, blah blah blah. No. Thanks again, Spyreg. I'm gonna attribute you here. Goes from GitHub. Spyreg. I'd like to get the actual link though. Oh well, I'm not going to lose sleep over it right now. Let's just commit this and move on. Yes. Updated. The controller friendliness. And pause. Menu. Okay, now that that's checked in, I'm gonna take a quick little break. Probably take me like 3 minutes to grab a drink. So I'll be right back. Okay, why is Unity not showing up on my screen? You trying to drive me crazy? Okay, cool. Let's see what's next on the list. I'm glad I didn't skip over that one. That one gonna give me nightmares. But it's actually pretty easy. Alright. Flares should be in world space, not in local space. They look silly. Alright. I'm doing this for everyone's watching sake because I've seen it enough, but let's take a look. What does that mean? Trying to see if my mic picks up me slurping. Didn't look like it did.
3, 2, 1, go!
It should be pretty easy for me to get backpack and then get the flares. Show you guys what I'm talking about. So the flares, ideally, they would. There we go. There's flares. Ideally, they just come straight off your back, kind of look like a jet. So here's this. That's kind of the idea behind it, right? That looks pretty good. Ooh, I used that a little too early. But you hold on to them. And you use them while in the air. This is what it looks like. Whee! Which is crazy. Not what we want. Yeah, see, now they're like going the wrong direction entirely. So, let's just get this guy. Yep, you deserve that. You had that coming. All right. So let's see what we can do. It's gonna be player prefab. Let's jump into there. I gotta find it. Like, where is it? I think it's under the board. Rear trail effects. Those are not prefabs. That's not what I think it is. Okay. This is what I'm looking. No, that's not it. Right here. Front glow sticks. Yeah, that's it. Are these the same? Oh, they are the same. Okay. Cool. So I think what I can do, come in here and just simply say, see, right now there's simulation space. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yoop. There we go. Simulation speed. And then simulation space, and right now they're set to local. Set them to world, and ideally that should make them flow as if they're going out into the world. But one thing I want to make sure is right now they're shooting pretty close to the waist. When I switch it to world, it's gonna not look quite right, so I'm gonna bring those up. Save this. Back to my player prefab. I think what I want to do Let's actually bring these up quite a bit. Oh, what is that? Why are they there? I don't know. Should it be this? Sure. Sorry, I want to make a note. Wait a second. Oh, interesting. It's changing all the axes for some reason. Whatever. What I'm going to do is just record this, so if it doesn't look right, I can come back to it. This is old front glow sticks position. Full rear. Yeah, the position is the same as the rotation, that's different. It's not exactly the same. Okay. Now I was saying before, let's raise this up to about right there. Sure. Right there looks good. New position. And let's do this one. I'm just matching it up to the other one. Okay, those should be exactly the same, and they are for the most part. The Z is a little bit different, but whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's save that, and let's go take a look, see what it looks like. My fear is they're gonna shoot out and just be left in the dust. We'll see. I have a feeling it's not gonna look as cool.
3, 2, 1, go!
If I can, I was gonna say, see if I can collect 2 at once, but instead I collected 0 at once. Turn, man, turn. All right, screw this. Let's just go for 1. Stupid. It gives you flares if you're up front. So I can restart, or I can just race to the front. And my controller batteries died, so I'm gonna restart. Wonder if that's why it was conflicting with my mouse earlier.
Three, two,
All right, let me focus.
go!
Let's get these. Bro, are you serious right now? There we go. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was worried of. I didn't even see any players. Oh, I did see it just now. It was like, look, they're like so small. Oh yeah, there they are. Okay. I mean, maybe if you were following him, it might look cool. Hmm. Trying to think, what would that look like if you were following him? Why are you showing me this? Let's just see. It's weird. It doesn't even look like it's... Oh, because I lifted it up so high. That's my fault. It doesn't even look like it's coming from his waist. It looks like it's coming from right here. From a ghost. This friendly ghost. Trying to think, what do I want to do with that? What do I want to do with that? Well, number one, I think we can pull this down. Let's bring this right about there. 0.755. What? My bad. Try that again. 775. No, 7.5. .76. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's save that, and I think I want to change. Yeah, I think we're gonna need a lot more work on this than I wanted to do. So I want to make sure that we're always shooting the flares. What is flares? 15. Okay, and then I want to play with the simulation speed. Let's go see what we can do there. See, under normal circumstances, that looks good. Is that the idea? Okay, so that's how it's shooting out of there. I want to increase something, but I'm not sure what it is. Simulation speed. Let's slow that down to 2.5. Max particles. What if I say 100? Does that change anything? No, doesn't appear to change anything. Scaled shape. I think I want them to be a lot bigger. Start size. Let's go with 2 and 2. Yeah, look at that. Looks like way too much bloom or something. See, under this condition, it looks bad, but I have a feeling when you're going down the slope, it may look better. I don't want to increase the speed. I want to increase like the volume. That's a thing. Trying to see where could we set that? It's particles. I think over here I set that to a 100. And honestly, I don't think it matters. So put that back to 50. I think it made a big difference. Stop action pulling mode. Rate over time. Let's try 10. See, that looks crazy right now, but let's see what it looks like on the slopes. Over distance? What does distance do? Eh? What? Makes no sense. I don't know. I don't know about the distance. Let's just try this. This is the great thing about having a version control. If I don't like it, I can just undo everything. Okay. All right, let's test it. Like, this is the one with the good battery, yeah? Yeah. think so. Gotta charge the other one.
2, 1, go!
Whee! All right, let's see what it looks like. I mean, not terrible. Whoa. I mean, it's clearly too fast. Oh, man. Right when I saw the warning, I was like, turn, turn, and then smash. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I have to go into the prefab to change this. Let's see if we can do this right here. And this may look a little weird. I'm going to move my screen so you guys can see what I'm messing with. There we go. Okay, let's see. Maybe move this away. What? Why? Minimize that. Is this one? Yes. 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 Okay, what is happening? Why are you not letting me move stuff? This one. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Come on. There. Cool. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Okay, let's get on with it. Play a prefab. We're going to go in and find the snowboard. And let's just start adjusting things here. Let's see, how's the height look? I mean, technically it looks, height-wise it looks okay. Come on, guys. I'm trying to test. Yeah, see? Okay. Yeah, so number one, I feel like, oh, hold on. This. Holy crap, that was like way too many. Yeah, that's a bit much. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Well, I would like to pull this like right there. Just say 0. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Pretty easy. Yeah, and let me set the other one to that as well. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that looks better. think the great thing about having it this way is now in the air. Yeah, so I can spin and it doesn't look all goofy. That works. Still way too fast. Simulation speed. Change this to 1. And I'm gonna change the emission to like 4. Okay, let's try that. Hey, mountain. Let's see. Rate over time 4. Change the speed to 1. Okay, let's see. Let's try it again. Simulation. Taking some notes. Okay.
Three, two, one, go!
That is terribly wrong. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, set these to 0. I'm actually gonna increase that to 0.8. Set that to 0. Do the same over here. 0. Why? Why you not go? Okay. And let's see. First of all, I think the size is too small. Let's set this to 4 and then 8. I want my simulation speed to be 1. I almost want it to be, yeah, I'm gonna set 0.5 and just see. My nose is too. Okay, and emission. I'm gonna change this to, what was the emission originally? I think it was 2. I'm gonna set that to 4. Four, 5. And 8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the other side simulation speed 1. That way we can compare the difference. I need to change this back. 4, 8. Change start size to 4. End size to 8. Then emission, change that to 4. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Okay, that was odd. doesn't match the sound, but whoa, okay, that's cool to see it from their perspective. It's crazy. I'm not like, I don't hate it. It's not great. I wonder if we can change like the direction that's angled. Let's see. Boom. I just wish it would shoot upwards, you know? Let's see. Are you gonna shoot anymore? No, you done? Okay, there's one. Yeah, it doesn't really launch up, does it? Okay, what speed is this? This is speed 1. Let's see if half the speed looks better. That's what 1 looks like. I don't even see it at all. Okay, well, I don't like that. Let's leave that as 1. Okay, hold on, I gotta skip this song. Like, could have swore it just played this. Let's see. No, don't do it. Stop it. Don't do it. Alright. Let me change this. Okay, that's better. Turn it down so it's not blaring in my ears anyways. Okay, where was on this? Let's change the speed. Yeah, I think it needs to be faster. Then maybe less emission. That makes sense. I don't even see it. There we go. I wish I could see like the tone, you know? See no cone. You know what would be cool? I don't think it's possible, but it'd be cool if I could have particles shoot out in local space, then transition to world space. I just don't know if that's even like, possible. Let me see. Let me Google it. Figures. Right, let's see. Particles and switch from local to world dynamically. Question mark. Yes, you can dynamically switch a Unity particle system between local and world space at runtime. You can. You can access the simulation space property of the main module. Yeah, it's not really the same though. I mean, it's just saying change the simulation, which would basically have them fire a different way, but it's not. It's not gonna have a float. That's not what I want. Just thinking, how do I want to handle this? I can tell you, it's got to be world space. That's got to be the way it's gonna function. Those are too far apart. So let's try rate over time. Let's change this back to 5. 5. What's my simulation speed? Yeah, is that 2? Let's see what that looks like. My screen's frozen. There we go. That's not terrible. I wish it had more of a appearance of going up into the sky and having like an arc. I think I might have an idea. This is where knowing how particle systems work would really help. So I think what I could do, I think there might be like an acceleration over time, force over lifetime. Yeah, force over time. Don't want to randomize it. So which one's the start and which one's the end? Let's try that. See what that does. Okay. Ooh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Force over lifetime. So I think what it's going to do is shoot it up in the Y direction with a force of 5 and then slowly come down. I guess that's what the -1 does. No. Yeah. Can't really tell that it's doing anything different, and I wasn't paying attention, so we went into the goal. My bad. I think this may be along the lines though. I think I may be onto something.
Three, two, one, go!
Yeah. I'm not gonna mess with anything really. I just want to change. This works. I'm gonna change the simulation speed back to 1. I think that's gonna be easier to manage. 1. What is my emission? And change this to 5. I have my start size as 5 and end at 10. Nice round numbers. Okay, is this all matching? I think so. Yeah, I've heard this song before. Okay, I think everything's set the same. Let's see what that looks like. Hopefully we can tell whether it's improving or not. Yeah, that looked okay. It's not terrible. Set these back to the middle. Right now, let's put some force on those. Force over time. Just want to see, is there anything else that might give us the same result? I mean, honestly, force over time seems to be the biggest one. Yep, world space. I want to go up. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, one more. try that. It doesn't look like it's going up to me. Okay, well, not receiving any results from that. Let's try doubling that. Right after I change the song. I'm just gonna make it crazy. Let's go 20. I'd like to see some kind of indication that it's actually applying a force. Yeah, I see what I mean. I see no indication. I think that looks better visually. Okay, so it is actually going up, maybe. Oh, there's that guy. Okay, let's just see what it looks like from this perspective. This may work. We may be onto something. Does it just keep rising forever? I mean, I guess I did tell it 8 force of 20, so it's probably launched into space. It's floating. Wonder why it's only doing half of it though. Very strange. Just checking, did I set both of these? Yep, I did. You guys don't even see it. There you go. See, they're flying, flying. Forever. Okay, when is that gonna die off? Is it gonna come back down, or is it just gonna fly forever? What the heck? Ah, so that is how it works. It just, they all die at once. Okay. Okay, so I should probably Google it and figure out what this value does. Force over lifetime. Yeah, let's just Google it, because trying to figure it out this way is not working. Particle system. Force over lifetime. It Shuriken. Unity Shuriken particle system. Force over lifetime. Sure.
Now, if you're a local business owner, listen
Can you
up
just
because
tell
I'm gonna
me
show
what the
you
values
something
mean? That's all I
you
want.
on Google Maps and drive.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler, and this week I'll be going over the Force
Okay, I'm not
Lifetime
falling for your
topic.
tricks again.
So let's take a break and see what that looks like in action. So just enable this and change one of the.
See, they only got one value. That sucks.
So as you can see here, the particles are kind of moving very slowly at first, and that's because the force is kind of just starting to exert its influence over the object. So the force is being applied and it's causing each particle to move. And then as the force is being applied for longer periods of time, the particle is moving faster because the force has been acting on it longer. And as you can see, it
Okay.
going very fast at the end. So some of you may be wondering how exactly is this different from velocity over lifetime? Well, let's take a look. So I'm just going to copy this particle system, hierarchy.
Hold on. I gotta pause it. Pause this music. I feel like he might be giving us some good information, but I can't hear it.
So we can see what they're both doing. And then I will take away the force over lifetime for this particle. And I will put velocity over lifetime for this particle. Now you can see right away that the velocity over lifetime particles are basically moving at a constant speed, while the force over lifetime particles are moving at a kind of changing speed. These particles are accelerating, while these particles are basically just having the same velocity over a period of time. And that's essentially what the difference between force over lifetime and velocity over lifetime is force over lifetime basically applies acceleration to the particles over time, while velocity over lifetime applies a constant speed. So, why would you want to use force over lifetime instead of velocity over lifetime? Well, when you want to essentially make more realistic looking effects, you want to use force over lifetime instead of velocity over lifetime, because in the real world, objects just don't really kind of move on their own. Usually forces are applied to those objects that make them move, like gravity or people, really. So it makes things look a little bit more realistic and interesting.
Okay,
So
but
let's see
how do
if
I
can
have an
show you
initial
some of
force?
the more interesting things that you can do with force over lifetime using some of the particle system curves that we've been working with for a little bit now. So let's switch over to a curve, and let's see. So what I'm going to do right now is kind of create kind of an arc. It's almost like if you've ever taken physics before, one of those kind of like cannonball problems, where you're trying to see how the forces are interacting over over a cannonball over the course of its lifetime. So I'm going to keep that x force and have that be the cannonball's x force applied over time, and then I'm going to change the y force to be one of those pre-made ones that we had before, not that one, but this one. So as you can see here, the particle is kind of having a positive force at the beginning, which can kind of be seen as the cannonball's or the cannon's initial force on the particle.
Oh, that's exactly what I want. What did he do?
The
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
over time, and then I'm going to change the y force to be one of those pre-made ones that we had.
Force over lifetime. He turned it into a curve.
So as you can see here, the
What the heck?
particle
How
is
did he
kind of
do
having a
that?
positive force at the beginning, which can kind of be seen as the cannonball's or the cannon's.
Sir, how did you change
force
this?
on the,
Was it because you did local? Is that why? Ah, maybe it is local. How do I not see the curves that he sees? He sees curves. I don't get a curve. What's this do? Ooh, curve. There we go. Okay. Can I get a better view of it? So small. Yeah, see, you guys don't see it at all. Well, the vertical folks do. It's so small. Can I do something with this? Oh, I see. Z. I'm not messing with Z. I'm messing with Y. There we go. Let me go invisible real quick so you guys can see. There we go. Like that sound effect? Oh, that's goofy. Hold on. Let me. There we go. Okay, so if I change it back constant. No. Random between two constants. Oh, it's random between those. That's crap. No wonder I was having such a hard time. Okay, let's change it back to curves. Let's go to Y. That's the one I care about. You care about Y. I want that to be high, but I want this one to be low. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Like that? Yeah. Okay, that's the 0. And I want that initial one to be like boom, you know? More like that. I want it to be, well, maybe I can increase it. Can we go up? Up, up. Mm-mm. This is frustrating. I'm going to change it to 10. And then back to curves. I don't know about that. I just want the Y. Yeah, there we go. I do want it to be world space. So let's leave that as world. No, I meant to change it first. Okay. Why is that not 10? That's 1. Dude, you're murdering me right now. 1 to 0. That sucks. Is this one 1 to 0? It is. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I'm just going to run with it and see what happens. I will say that certainly explains the previous problem. It was like, in why did what why? It's just trying to piss me off. Well, at least I know now it was random. That's what I was trying to say. Words are hard. It says 20. Why does it say 20? I said 10 earlier. Curve. And see, now it says 1. What the hell? Sorry. The heck. That's what I meant to say. Anyways, let's try that and see what happens. I'm never going to remember all the sequences I went through to get here. I'm waiting for it to unpause. Hey, exciting Brandy. Let's views. Exciting Brandy. I think is a bot. What's happening? Turn my webcam back on. And I don't know. Doesn't look like my game may have crashed. I'll give it a second longer. Oh, there it goes. Yes. All right. Let's test it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm down. I can't see. Whoa, look at that. Wasn't that supposed to drop over time? All right. My apologies. Let me go back and actually watch the YouTube video that I was supposed to be watching in the first place. Okay, let's try this again. Should be right about here.
Over a cannonball over the course of its lifetime. So I'm going to keep that X force and have that be the cannonball's X force applied over time, and then I'm going to change the Y force to be one of those pre-made ones that we had before. Not that one, but this one. So as you can see here, the particle is kind of having a positive force at the beginning, which can kind of be seen as the cannonball's or the cannon's initial force on the particle, and then it slowly kind of drops down as gravity kind of exerts an influence over it. This isn't
Interesting.
this isn't an exact model, of course, because the
Oh,
initial force for the particle in a cannonball situation would be very high in the y direction, and then as gravity basically takes over, it's just a negative influence on the particle. But you can kind of get the idea with this setup of what you can kind of do with force over lifetime. So you can even use particles to kind of plot like different physics reactions using forces in your game, which is pretty handy. So you can just use that by using force over lifetime here. So that's about it for this week's video. If you had any questions, if I was going too fast, or if you wanted me to do something in particular, feel free to let me know, and I'll add it to my list of things I'll make a tutorial about. So thanks for watching.
I've been excited.
okay. That didn't really provide a whole lot more information. Let us see here. This is basically, as time passes, we get more force. See, this is what I really want. I want like a lot of force initially, and then a lot less force. Let's go to something like half. Why? Why? Why are you doing this to me? Something along these lines, maybe? Okay. Let's see what that does. At this point, I don't even know what these Y values represent. Because this one, well, that's Z. Maybe that's the confusing part. It was like switching it on me. And turn these off. Ah, there we go. Thank you. So this is 10, yes? But it says 0.5. Why does it say 0.5? Dude, let's just, yeah, there we go. I think that's going to give me what I want. Hey, I'm learning. Disable these. That's set to 10. Let's move this down to 0.5. Okay, those actually look exactly the same. Let's wait for my computer to catch up. Okay, so starting out with clearly a Y force, but shouldn't it eventually start falling down? If not, I don't know what the curve does. Is it slowing down? Maybe? 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 It's still going up though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Think I see what's happening. Let's try this. Let's bring this down to 5 this time. I don't know what 0.5 means here. I guess it means 5. 0.02, we'll call that enough. Let's bring this like 0.5, 0.25? 0.5. That's 1. Like these numbers are making sense to me. Here we go. Let's do 1.5. Okay, so we'll should give a big hit up front and then drop off really quickly. Bring this one down to 5. Because technically like 501. Good enough. And what was this one? 115, I think. Yes, 15. Okay, let's see what that does. I'm hopeful. Well, it's not good from my perspective. Let's try it from an external perspective. Why is it still going up? I do not know. Shouldn't be doing that. That really sucks. Huh? Wait. Yeah? What is this? Did you do the oh switcheroo on me? You did. You did. Dude. Fine. Hey, that doesn't look terrible right there. Let's go take a look from this perspective. Okay, okay, it's getting there. That is looking ballpark accurate. I want to increase the height, that's for sure. We need to increase the simulation speed. Put this back to 10. And I'm going to pull this in like 1. There we go. So we increase the simulation speed. Yep, yep. Okay, that's good. Wait, was this one always 2? Good grief, what a mess. And 5 and 10. Simulation speed equal to 2. Simulation speed equals 2. That's crazy. This should be 0.1 and this should be 10. Okay, let's try that. You guys see? Yep, I think so. Ooh, okay. Definitely getting there. You know, I think part of the problem is a little too bright now. I can clean that up though. Pretty sure I can clean that up. Question is that tall enough? Okay. I think I need to take some notes and then I want to change everything back. Let's see here. Let's change start size. Sorry, I'm just taking some notes. Start size, I'm going to leave that at 5 to 10 because I do like that. That seems to be pretty good. I mean, it's technically probably huge, but I think visually it looks okay, right? Maybe. Let's see how. Yeah, I think that's actually okay, size wise. It's actually a pretty cool picture if you like. Yeah, I was gonna say if you could take off all the squares and stuff. Whatever. Okay, back to what I was doing. Start size 5 and 10. Simulation speed seems pretty good. It might be a little fast. Rate over time. I think that's what I want to change. I want to change the rate over time. So let's do sim speed equal to 2. And we'll do rate over time to, I was thinking 4, but maybe 3. Let's try 3. Let's see what that looks like. That may be too low. Boom. Rate over time 3. 3. Okay. One more. Just want to see what that looks like externally. See, 3 looks pretty good actually. I think I'm gonna stick with 3. Okay, rate over time equals 3. What else we got? We got burst, whatever, that's fine. Okay. Shape? I don't think I mess with shape. Velocity over time, I'm pretty sure I also did not mess with that. Force over lifetime, I changed. And I honestly want to make this a little bit different. Let's go constant. It says 10. Yeah, I'm thinking something like 16. We do a curve. Get rid of these. Yes, I like that. Might try pull that back a little bit. Okay. Everything else I believe is the same. Five and 10, speed 2. Rate over time 3. Change this to constant. Change it back to a curve, which drives me nuts, but whatever. Okay, now let's test that. 16, Let me write that down. This is force over time. Force over time. The world, then the Y. 16 at start. And looks like negative 16 at 0.7. 0.07 rather. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. It looks like you're trying to give me a seizure. That's what it looks like. Bro, what is even happening? It ain't great, but oh my gosh. Eh? Crap. I think I know what's going on. Because now it's got too much force. Okay. Just want to make me work, don't you? Come on. 0 and 1 0. 0. Good enough. Yeah, good enough. All right, let's try this again. Why does it look like it's shooting at the ground? That's what's like driving me crazy. Hold on, let me drive over here real quick. Guess I could turn the music back on, huh? Oh, look at that. Floating lamp. Okay, this looks at least ballpark accurate. Going up anyways. Well, I think 16 was a bit much. 16 was clearly a bit much. Wee. All right. Let's pull this back. Negative. That looks like -5 to me, but there's 0. Oh, I see. 50% maybe. Do 50% after 10%. Yeah. I know that's not making any sense, but basically just saying we're going to start off with 16, and after 10%, the initial force is going to switch to -5. So I'm hoping we'll get a pretty good arc. That's the hope. -50% at 1. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Okay. I mean, it's getting there, right? It's getting a little bit better. I think the downward force is a little too much. Maybe a little too late. So let's do not so much downward force. Let's go 25%. That's 75%. Why is it so complicated? 25%, 75, yes. Okay, don't run into the finish line. Testing here. We're testing here. It's not terrible. I wish it had more of a arch, you know, like that's what I wish. Let's change this to 20. Okay, good. Is that? Yep. I think this might work. Just gave it a little bit more force than the initial. Left everything else the same. So hopefully this will get us what we want. Give me what I want anyways. Yep. Yep. Okay. I think it's getting there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ouch. Excuse me. All right, come on. Yeah, I was gonna turn the music back on. Boop. See, that's pretty good art there. I think I want just a little bit more. $25. 25 force, and let's change it back to the curve. Let's pull it down a little bit more. Let's say 30% at 70. Yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not even 70. It's like 7%. do want to pull it down to 30. Yep, that looks good. Let's see what that looks like. I like what it looks like from my perspective. And it's not perfect, but whoa, that's way too floaty. Is that the simulation speed? I might have to increase that. That's the old one anyways. Let me flip. Okay, this is the current. I mean, that's not bad. Oof, you know what? I think though it's actually pulling it too much. I do like the initial push forward though, or push up, sorry. Initial push up is good. I think it's pulling down a little too much. Is it a little too much too fast? Is that the problem? Yeah, I wonder if I just need to push this out. Let's do 30%. 30% and 20%. Sure. Everybody knows what you're talking about. Whoa. Okay. I mean, it's kind of going the right direction. I think the force, initial force may be a bit much. Let's see. Man, this really requires a lot of fine tuning, doesn't it? I think the force is too much. So we'll bring that down. Let's say to 65 maybe. And then I think we need to give it some time. Say 30% of the time. Okay. Like these numbers aren't even making sense in my head anymore, so that's why I'm not repeating them. 30%, and then like I don't know, it was like 1.5 or some crap like that. I'm like, I don't know. Yes, as good as mine. I don't know what that represents. E5, I think. I don't know. At this point, I'm just trying to find some numbers that are going to give me the look that I want. Whoa. Oh, that is way too high. I just gotta figure out which direction to pull it on the graph. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. The graph. Maybe. There we go. And I see what I'm talking about. So I want to say this needs to come back. Like, let's say 0.15. Then we need more force. Let's say like 0.2. See, and that's why I wasn't repeating the numbers, because like I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's a number on a graph. Do these graphs look the same? I think so. They're a little bit different. This one, what are the values on this one? 153, 196. There we go. 153, 203. 153, 53, 203. Okay. We're all good. No, that may be it. At least that may be as much as I'm willing to continue. Let's see. See what it looks like from a game perspective. I mean, it's not terrible. I want to change some of this stuff back to the way it was, because now it's too bright, it's too large. Three, 6. This needs to be 20. Taking some notes here, see what these values should be. So when it drops down, it should be, what did I say? 1.5? 1.15 at, I think it was at 20%. Something like that. Okay, well, I don't want to keep any of this. I want to reset it. Then we'll try again. Try again with our new values. What are you doing? Go away. Thank you. Okay, let's see here. We got these. Oh, let's just zero this out. I think it's gonna be better. And we want simulation speed. Oh, let's see. Simulation speed to be 2. And what do we say the size? We want the size to be. Let's just go with like 2 and 4. I think that's a little bit more conservative. And then mission, what do we say mission? Rate over time. Maybe 3. Right. Let's see here. We want force. I need to change this one. Two, 4, 2, just 3. Now let's do force. Where's force? Force over lifetime. Yeah, let's see if it'll stick with those numbers. Right? No, it didn't stick with those numbers. Was it like 0. with that. 0.7, 0.30, 0.3. We'll run with that and see what happens. -7, -3, 0.7, -3. Come. I want to test this one more time before I end the stream. So hopefully we can get this wrapped up. Probably there's a better way to do this. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Wish I could just type in the numbers. I don't want it to be random though. It needs to be to and fro, not. Hey, you figured it out. It's random. Okay, I think we got them all. Just looking over the numbers to make sure everything is correct. Looks like it is. Let's save. Let's see what happens. Whew, that was a lot. Yeah. Move this back.
Three, two, one, go!
Man, are you kidding me? I don't even see anything. What's going on here? Hmm? Oops. When I undid everything, I truly undid everything. This is why it's important to commit. There we go.
Three, two, one, go!
Is that world space? Maybe it is. I will say that looks really goofy. Okay, we gotta work on that. Okay. Even as goofy, whoa, whoa, whoa. Man, are you kidding me? It's crazy that I don't remember it being so bright like that. Did I commit something that I shouldn't have? Let me see. I'll scroll. No, it all looks good. Okay. Just wanted to check. Alright, let's go back. I think the issue here is I forgot to change these from local to world space. So, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Nope, it looks like not. But there's a little selector in here that says simulation space, and you can change it from local to world. That's what I did. Save that. Let's try that again. Makes me glad that I got the menu working. At least I got something off my list.
Three, two, one, go!
Okay. I'm okay with that. It looks like it's coming from the board. That's actually okay. I feel like it still needs some fine tuning. Like, and the fact that it's doing this, that's actually pretty good. I mean, it could have a little bit more force upwards. And I think maybe the simulation speed could be sped up. Yeah, I'll fine tune it offline. I think that's the thing. It's gonna be like, try this, try that, try this, try that, and I know it's gonna be very boring. But while I'm here, let me go ahead and try a few things. Okay, I feel like number one, simulation speed needs to go up. Needs to have the 3. Let's double it actually. Then we'll just see what that looks like. It may actually look too fast. Yeah, that's too fast. That's way too fast. Okay, well, this is an easy one to check off the list. So keep the simulation speed at 2. No, I don't want to see. I might want to change this to 1.5. Not 15, 1.5. Let's change the emission rate to 5. Yeah. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Huge. It looks like I don't see anything. I hear it. I don't see it. Now, why is it doing that? Okay, maybe this changing the simulation speed was a bad idea. Ooh. I feel like that's too fast. But when it wasn't visible, that kind of bothered me. Let's see what that looks like. Huh. Well, they're certainly more visible when it's one. It's a speed of 2. I'm gonna change that to 4. Use the emission to 4. And then one thing I clearly need to do is increase the force. I hate to do because it really sucks. I want to keep that the same. Okay. It's funny. You just tell it, no, I want this, and it's like, okay, and it doesn't change the graph, so that's good. Oh. Constant. Set to 25. Back to curves. Yep, that looks good. And one last one. Okay, let's see what that gives us. Man, it's not getting any height out of it at all anymore. Here it doesn't look bad. I think I know what to do. Let's see. Let's double this. Double the rate over time. Now it's gonna be 8. Then I'll increase the height one more time. Whee! Man, it just feels like a lot. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Ooh, Chad, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the simulation speed needs to be increased. Maybe that's the difference. This is, I can't do 2 and then run 8, because then it'll like double it, I guess. I can Maz. Yeah, the simulation speed is crazy. So, because of that, I think 2 actually looks good. The simulation speed. This needs to be reduced to 4, I believe. This looks like way too many of them. And then I just need to increase the... See, I don't think I'm happy with this, although you could use some more actually. Six? I tried 6. But even still, I'll honestly have to increase the height. Which, you know, I can really easily do that. Let's do 30. Let's not do 35. This is a pain in the butt. I want to be done with it. I should have completed this the right way the first time. Oh, where'd that guy come from? Let's see what that looks like. From this perspective. See, that actually looks better. Yeah, that looks about right. I may want to lift it a little bit. It looks weird when it's coming from his feet. So I may want to bring that up a little bit. It's too bad. The local one looks so good. It's like a perfect arc. All right, I think my time is done. So I'm gonna call it quits. Appreciate you guys watching. That said, have a good one. Remember, Kickstarter in February, playtesting this Friday, and got a lot of stuff to do. The demo, trailer, a lot of work ahead of me. But with that said, you guys have a great one. I love you. Jesus loves you. I'll see you in the next one.